Hello everyone, Ziljin here with another ASMR video. So yeah, there's more mushrooms. I love them, these mushrooms. I love mushrooms. Yeah, so something special ingredient. Well, it's hard to tell, but it's cow tripe. Cow stomach, I believe. Like the honeycomb tripe. You can see the things, right? Yeah, see, what I didn't know is these things shrink. I originally cut them to about like this thick as the mushroom, and then they freaking shrunk to this. What happened? Yeah, they started out like around this big, uncooked, while they were raw, and then they shrunk into tiny little pieces. Okay, so next time, definitely have to make a humongous cut. Yeah, don't have tiny pieces. I figured, these things take really long to cook to make them tender. So I thought, let me shorten the process by cutting them into smaller pieces, and then the freaking pieces shrunk. It's not even bite-sized anymore. Like, yeah, it's beyond. This is like for babies to eat, not for adults. This is like baby tripe. Well, like I know from what I read, you're supposed to like boil it. I mean, not boil it. I don't know. Cook it. You're supposed to use like the slow cooker or something, and then like keep it in there for several hours. All I did was just first I marinated it. At least I think it's marinade. I mean, I put like vinegar and salt and pepper and soy sauce and cornstarch and like all sorts of ingredients and stuff. Like the cornstarch is supposed to make meat tender, so I figured it should work with the tripe, right? Because it just denatures proteins or something. I'm not exactly sure, but yeah. So I got all that stuff, some herbs for some extra flavor, basil, oregano. I always add in that, and yeah, salt, pepper, that stuff. Yeah, so I just cut them all up, put it into a bowl and mix it all together, all the sauce and all the wet and dry ingredients, and yeah, and just mix it all together, and then just let it sit in the fridge for around 2 hours, and then I boiled it until it got like boiled. The water was boiling. Like at first I had it on high heat, and then the water was boiling, and then when I saw it was boiling, I just left it on low heat for around like half an hour, and then I let it cool down for like 10 minutes, and I don't know, it tastes pretty tender to me, but it is really super small, so maybe if bigger pieces it might take a longer time. But definitely did not take me hours and hours. Maybe the cornstarch and like all the vinegar and stuff, like it helped speed up the process. Maybe from what I read, salt makes the meat more tender. Vinegar, acids, tomato sauce, cornstarch, baking soda. Like there's all sorts of stuff you can add to your marinade or seasoning or brine solution. Like I don't. Yeah, I think it's supposed to be brine solution is where it's just lots of salt. Marinade is lots of acids, vinegars and stuff. But I put both lots of salt and vinegar, so I don't know. Is it a brine marinade? Yeah, so well, I was about to say vegetarian, but this is meat. This is organs. Yeah, there's two versions. One is like, it's like the honeycomb one, and there's the other one where there's like little long dangly bits. I mean, you can't really tell because it's shrunk so badly. Yeah, it looks really sad. Yeah, some of them they have like these long tentacles or whatever. Like I don't. Yeah, because like the stomach has like different parts to it, so it's different depending on where it is. Yeah, so I paired it with mushrooms because also mushrooms, they do get pretty tough if you don't boil them for a long time. You know, don't cook them for a long time. The mushrooms are actually tougher than the tripe. Probably because the mushrooms, you know, they're like, they got like tons of fiber in it. The meat does not. The tripe does not. Yeah, so have you ever been to a Chinese restaurant that usually have this? I don't know what seasoning, what flavors they add, so I just added some flavors that I liked. I mean, it probably doesn't taste as good as the restaurant one, but I think it tastes pretty good for considering this is the first time I tried cooking it. Yeah, it tastes pretty good. I think mine might be, there's a like a little off taste. I think it might be the vinegar. Like I put too much vinegar probably. Just a teensy bit tartness. I actually like eating the organs more than the meat. I don't know, it just tastes different. Like I just like the taste a lot better. I don't know why. I mean, meat isn't bad. It's just usually the dry meat that's really tough. That's what I don't like. The texture between the mushroom and the tripe isn't that much different. Well, the tripe is more chewy. Or the mushroom stems are pretty chewy as well. I'll probably need more practice cutting the tripe to figure out what's the perfect size. I want it to look like this big when it's cooked. I mean, it doesn't have to be that long, but at least a little thicker. I mean, a little wider. So that it's around just like, I don't know, like cube. Oh, I should be cutting in cubes. Maybe that would make it a little bit, yeah. Next time I want to cut some into cubes. But I don't want to eat it too much because apparently it's super high in cholesterol, which is a problem with most organ meat. I mean, with meat in general. really thirsty because probably put too much seasoning. I mean, there's some water soup, just a little bit, but it's probably gonna be super salty. Let me try drinking some. Yeah, it's very salty. Salty and a little tart. It's not like super sour. It's sour enough that I can taste the sourness, but not so sour that I don't want to drink it. Oh, it's weird because like if something is just sour, really sour, it doesn't taste good. But a little sour, it tastes good. Flavors are weird, man. I feel the same way about alcohol and caffeine. Like, drink a bottle of beer or whatever, a can of beer, doesn't taste good. It's very bitter. But you know, pour like a big bowl of soup, pour like a couple of drops or a couple of tablespoons of alcohol into it, and it tastes pretty good. And coffee, like, just put a little bit of coffee with the milk, it tastes good. But you just have black coffee, you don't add any cream or sugar or milk or anything. I don't want to drink that. It's really super bitter. And same thing with chocolate. It's really, really weird. Chocolate is supposed to be sweet, but I prefer it on like a wafer or something, like Kit Kats. That's like the perfect chocolate that I can eat. That I like eating, I mean. And chocolate, no, not chocolate. Vanilla ice cream sandwiches with the chocolate wafer or whatever. Vanilla ice cream sandwich and what was the other thing? Kit Kats. That's like, don't like, not, I normally eat chocolate, but yeah, those are the ideal amount of chocolate. Well, yeah, I failed to mention this, but I did put some dried black beans in it. I'm not sure if they're fermented or something. It's definitely preserved because they're super salty. I mean, they definitely did something to it. I just don't know what. Besides drying them out and adding tons of salt. That's probably exactly what they did. Yeah, that's about the only thing different from my usual seasoning. You know, salt, pepper, whatever powder I got, chili powder or curry powder, whatever I got, just put a little in. Definitely next time, not so much vinegar. I mean, a little less couldn't hurt. Yeah, probably the most, I wouldn't say overpowering, but the most powerful taste is probably the vinegar. Vinegar, then the saltiness, like, it doesn't taste a tad bit spicy at all. Can't taste the spice. The stems actually taste better. I think because it's the stem like takes longer to cook, so it retains more of the natural juices and flavor. Like the outer pieces, I guess you cooked it longer, some of the flavor came out. Or the flavor went inside. One of those two. Like the vinegar went into the edges of the. I was about to say pepperoni of the mushroom, so it doesn't taste as mushroomy. The stem is more fibrous, so it retains more of its natural flavor. I'm trying to put more. I want to put more food in my mouth, but it doesn't go down easy because all the chewing involved. It's tough enough that I have to chew longer, but not so tough that it becomes devoid of flavor and I want to like throw up. That usually happens when I like eat celery. Oh my god. Once I chew too long, it's like, oh god, it tastes like garbage, rotten garbage in my mouth. Because all the flavor's already gone. Well, the mushrooms, they like absorb all the soup and juices and sauce and etc. So even when I've been chewing it for like half a minute, it still tastes good. Maybe I should try no vinegar. I keep on adding vinegar to my sauces because I know it's supposed to tenderize the meat, but it kind of tastes sour. So I should probably try be less dependent on vinegar. That was a piece of stem, very fibrous. The kind you don't want to chew too long because it has no flavor in it. And the last piece was the tripe. Eat all the mushrooms first, so I can enjoy the last piece of tripe. Cow stomach is super delicious. It probably is super tender because all I can taste is the cow stomach. It doesn't. There's like no hint of tartness. Well, I don't think so. At least compared to the mushrooms, it's not as sour as the mushrooms. That's for sure. Soup. Salty and sour. And some other flavors from, you know, the seeds and herbs they added. Mostly salty and sour. Well, it still tastes good in the end. So yeah, that's all the time we got for this episode. So hopefully everyone enjoying this video, enjoying this series. Be sure to let me know down below what you think. You know, have you ever eaten tripe, cow stomach, you know, organs? Do you like eating organ meat? I do. Which one is your favorite organ? Subscribe, comment, rate the video. As always, thank you for watching. Until next time, bye bye. Bye.